Hi, welcome to Chapter 4, Conics 4.1 Circle. We are going to learn finding equation of circle and also find the center and radius by using completing the square or compare with the general equation. Here we go. Why we need to learn circle? So these are some diagram and application of circle in our daily life. So the most familiar case is the circumference of a tile of a radius 12 inches. So we are using the component radius. From here, we also can use it in the children roundabout in the playground, and we're using the diameter 4.7 meter. And also the most familiar one is the cross-section area of the earth, where the radius is 6,371 kilometers. We still have many other more application in real life situation. So if you understand what is a circle, the application in real life situation will give you the meaning. So what is a circle? Circle, we can say that is set of all points which is given equal distance from a fixed point. So what does it mean by the all points? The all points means that along the red circle, the circumference, or the point on the circumference distance from the center is considered equidistant. Therefore, we have the important element center and radius. Center can give us the information where is the position of the circle, and the radius can give us the information the size of the circle. Equation of circle we divided become two types. First is a standard equation and the other one is general. Standard equation we give it as a following, where the components is a h, k, and r, where the x and y is a variable. The general equation is the unknown g, f, and c. So from just now, the center is a fixed point. For the standard form, we denote as a hk, but for the general form, we denote as a negative g, negative f. Radius, it will be r. We can read directly from the standard equation. But from the general equation, we need to do some calculation where the radius is equivalent to square root of the following. For both cases, when the center, or we call it the fixed point, is at the origin, what happens to the standard equation and general equation? So this is the following. Okay, where we substitute the hk, g, f as a 0. So lastly, you will produce something as this. So next time when you found that an equation with the x squared plus y squared only means that the center point is at the origin. So now let us look at some example. Example 1, we need to find the equation when the circle passing through two given points. So when two given points is given, we have to be careful with it because maybe it's a random 2 points, but maybe the 2 points can forming a diameter. Okay, or maybe we can call it a diameter function. So when it's a diameter function, we have to know that diameter function which will pass us through the center point hk. So therefore, we can say that if the center point k is here, automatically we can say that the center point to the A and the center point to the B, it will consider equidistant. Therefore, we can say that the center point is a midpoint of AB. Okay, so our center is a midpoint AB, where we have learned from the previous level SPN how to finding midpoint. So the calculation, it will become the average of the two x value and two y values. So the first value, it will be 1 plus 3 for the x coordinate, and the y coordinate, it will be 8 plus 14. So lastly, we can get that it's a 2 and 11 is a center point. Okay, just now we already said that this is the first component that we must know when finding equation. So the second component, we need to finding radius. So the radius, we can say that is a distance from A to center, or we can also say that it's a distance from the B to center. So let's say we are consider the point A Okay, since the values point A is much more smaller compared to the B. So the radius it would be, finding the distance between point C and A, which is square root 3 minus 2 square plus 14 minus 11 square, and lastly you obtain the unit is square root of 10. Do not forget we have to draw conclusion. What is the equation of circle? We're using the component center and radius and make it become x minus 2 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals to positive 10. Okay, it must be positive 10. It cannot remain as a square root of 10. If you want to get the general equation, my suggestion is you just expand the standard equation of circle. You can get it as well. Okay, after we get the values of h and k, what we need to do now is finding the second component, radius. So since we already have the values of h and k, so we can using the values of hk substitute back into the r1 square or r2 square or r3 square, whatever is. Okay, so by substitute back here, you obtain this one, the value is equivalent to r squared. Okay, therefore follow our standard equation is a x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals to r squared. So by substitute the terms that I'm highlight or box out with the red rectangular form and also the r squared, then you will get the equation. So this is the method 1. For the second method, it will be involve simultaneous equation through unknown g, f, and c. So this method is much more complicated, but it still can be done. Okay, and I will show you how to use a calculator to assist you to get the values. Okay, firstly, maybe you should write down the first point, which is -3, -1. And we have to using the general equation x squared plus y squared plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c equals to 0. Remember, I told you before that x and y is variable. The variable means is any coordinate on the circumference. It can be replaced as a x and y. The center point is a fixed point. It means the value of g and f is a fixed. Okay, it cannot be changed. So now you given the -3 here, -1 here, it means you substitute here, you will produce 9 plus 1. Okay, and it will become minus 6g minus 2f plus c equals to 0. So did you notice that there are 3 unknown here? So you need to simplify it. So I will get a 6g plus 2f minus c equals to positive 10. This is the first equation. Okay, the same thing proceed to the second point. So when there is a 9 and -7, okay, you will produce something in terms of g and f as well. Okay, I will write down here first. Same goes to the last point, 6 and 2. Substitute into the general form. So you obtain another equation in terms of g, f, and c. So this is the second one and this is the third one. Okay, just substitute into it. So how are you going to simplify or how are you going to solve this? There's a one method you can use is using the calculator. Okay, so from here you can choose the equation 5. So here is involved 3 unknown and 1 constant. Okay, so we rearrange the 3 equation must be the 3 unknown at left hand side, the constant number at the right hand side. So we're choosing the second one with the A, B, C, and D. The D is represent the constant. So we choose the second one. So automatically they will give you 3 equations. So let us key in the first one. 6, 2, -1, and positive 10. And same goes to the second one, 18, -14, 1, -130. And the last one, 12, 4, 1, -40. And then from here, you can straight away get the values of g is -3 because just now we key in the first value is a coefficient of g. So from here, we get that g is -3. F is 4 and the C is -20. Okay, so again G is -3, F is 4 and the C is -20. Okay, so we write down here. So once you get this, you can double check again the relation G, F, and also the HK. Just now, did you notice the HK is 3 and -4? So, but when you're getting the G and F, it will be the opposite sign from the standard form. The final step is using the G, F, and C, substitute back to the general equation, then you will obtain the solution. So here are the example suggested answer. So these two, by using the same information of the 3 points on circumference, but you can produce the 2 types of equation. And at the same time, if you want to convert from standard back to the general, we can expand it from the general back to the standard form. We just need to do completing the square. That's all for today. Hope you enjoy the circle. See you, bye.